Michigan International is best known for awesome speeds and competitive racing, spawned by its broad racing surface and 73-foot wide, 18-degree bank turns. Michigan's width and steep banking ensure there's always more than one racing groove. And the fact that MIS is not a super speedway means drivers have more than enough power to make a challenge out of the turns at both ends of the track. Once upon a time, Indy cars frolicked on those high banks at breathtaking speeds. Witness to Paul Tracy's record qualifying lap of 234.949 miles per hour. Today, Michigan regularly vies with Daytona, Talladega, and Texas Motor Speedway as NASCAR's fastest speedway, with Jeff Gordon holding the NASCAR Cup Series track record of 206.558 miles per hour. Richard Petty, David Pearson, Bobby and Davey, Dale Sr., Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Jimmy Johnson have all added their names to the roll call of MIS winners, one that also includes names like Andretti, Foyt, Unser, Mears, and Zanardi from the days when Indy cars raced in the Irish Hills. Allison to Yarborough, Andretti to Zanardi, the world's greatest race drivers have been coming to Michigan to test their mettle for more than 40 years, and the fans have followed by the hundreds of thousands. Tonight, it's race 17 of the PSRA Fixed ARCA Series, and it's next on Track Limits Network. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the virtual Michigan Speedway Championship race here at the virtual Michigan Speedway Race 17. Let's take a look at the race details. 69-degree ambient temperature here tonight, 46% humidity, cloudy skies, 8-mile-per-hour breeze, track temp with that cloud cover at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Joined in the broadcast booth, along with myself, Steve Singer, is Zach Millett. Zach, thanks for joining us here tonight.
Hey, Steve. Good to be here, man.
Practice just about wrapped up here. Let's take a quick look at the top time. Small field here tonight. 10 cars, 8 in practice, but Bobby Hamilton Jr. the fastest thus far. 37.631 is the lap time of record for the 25. Then Corey Bigley, who sits second in points, a 37.71. Colt Ansley, Frank Griffith, Vincent Short, the current points leader by just a single point coming into this evening, a 37.802. In fact, I don't have a graphic for it because this was kind of a last-minute broadcast for us here at Track Limits, but the point standings, at least the top four. Vincent Short leads it by 1 over Derek Runge. Mark Truxell actually shown in third, and Corey Bigley fourth in those standings, only 8 points out. So really, at this point, it's anybody's game here tonight. Zach, what do you set yourself up for? Is you just got to go for that checkered flag here tonight, try to get that win to get this championship?
Yeah, it's hard not to just want to push from start to finish, but I don't know. That's kind of the slippery slope, Steve. Do you play it safe, stay in the back, stay out of trouble? There's only 8 cars here, so personally, I'd go for it, man.
We were talking a little bit pre-race, Zach, about these ARCA cars. You've actually got some limited experience in them. Just curious about how much power they really produce, but being that it's an ARCA car, not a ton of power under the hood. But tire wear can be an issue, but with that lack of power, how important is the draft and momentum going to be?
And I think it's going to be everything. These cars being so limited, if you can stay with the pack, I think the draft is going to be pretty heavy, but if you can just stay there, maybe save some right front, not just go too hard the first 20 laps or so, and just kind of ride in line, bide your time, and be there at the end.
Well, practice in the books, black and red flags on the session. We're going to jump into qualifying right now. 5-minute session, 2 laps, whatever is completed first. Speaking of Mark Truxell, last week in the PSRA Open ARCA Series, Mark with top 3 finished last week at Bristol after a almost dead last starting position. So a strong run, some momentum being carried through here into Michigan. Keep in mind, Sunday night, they'll be running here in the Open ARCA Series. We'll be broadcasting that on a tape delay next Tuesday.
Definitely looking forward to that one. That should be a good one.
Colt Ansley, the first to roll out onto the speedway.
I'm curious to see here, Steve, if we're looking at the first lap or second lap being the fastest.
I'm trying to remember how it was at Fontana. I know they're still different racetracks, but they are quite similar. Track temp's pretty low. In fact, let's pull that back up if we can. There it is. Yeah, 83. It's actually up a bit from when we got out of practice. It was about 9 degrees warmer now than it was. We're going to find out soon enough. Ansley on the clock. Takes the green on his qualifying effort.
It's one of the hardest qualifying laps to nail here, Steve. It's such a wide arc into one. You got to hit that bottom line, but you can't hit it too early or it kind of shoots you up the track at the wall. You really lose that momentum we were talking about. So you really got to hit that bottom real late to maximize time here.
Now, in fixed setup racing, what do you typically lose first in that instance if you don't nail the entry just properly? Do you lose the nose? Do you lose the rear end of the car because you technically have to lift if it's sliding the nose? Is it a combination of both?
It's kind of both. I'd say it's more the nose because you get down, you hit the apron a little too quick. Because if you look at the line in turn one, it's I don't know, it's not the smoothest line. Right there is where you want to hit it. And if you hit it a little too soon, it's going to shoot you straight up that wall. You're going to have to lift. And if you're lifting these cars, you're just not going to be fast.
Pretty good exit there for Colt Ansley. A good 1 and 2 on his second lap. Ingram goes fastest after Colt does. A 38.118 for the 56 of Josh Ingram. We'll see if Colt can pick it up here on lap 2. Almost a tenth slower than the top time right now. Vincent Short's out there as well. We'll check on him in just a moment. Across the line for the 86. He does goes quicker. 38.116. Now to Vincent Short down the back straightaway on his second lap. Ingram takes it back with a 38.045.
Oh, Vince running a little high into 3 and 4 there.
Still a shallow exit, though, for the 15. Didn't really wash it all the way up the track. Really trying to shorten up that racetrack a bit. See if it helps him from P4 to P2. 38.072, a big pickup for the 15. Bobby Hamilton Jr. now across the start-finish line. H&H Unlimited Ford Mustang.
I think Bobby's going to focus on a second lap here. You see him running kind of the middle to high. I think he's just trying to wind it up for the second lap here.
And we talked in the open how it's not a super speedway, but you almost have to approach qualifying as if it is. Like we see on the big tracks at Daytona and Talladega, you kind of waste that first lap to get that engine really wound up, like you said.
I like what Bobby's doing here. He's going to get such a better run off 4 coming to his fast lap.
38.326. I gotta wonder if Derek Runge is doing the same thing. A 39.012 for the 99. Ingram still fastest, a 38.045. Now Bigley goes P1, 38.036.
Let's see, we might see a 37.
Bobby drops down to last. Crosses the line to finish up his lap. Plug check and all. No, doesn't pick up. P6, 38.198. About 30 seconds remain in the session. 2 drivers yet to hit the racetrack. Frank Griffith, Dominic Bettini. That may end up doing it here for our qualifying session. It should put Corey Bigley on the pole position here. 15, now 10 seconds left officially before the clock runs out. Not enough time to start and complete any qualifying attempts, so that's really going to do it for qualifying here. Keenan Kimber shows 2 laps of record, but not clocking into time, so maybe caught the wall. In fact, he does show a black flag, so I don't know if there was an issue with qualifying rules as far as how strict they are this week, or if he had an issue out on the track. Nevertheless, no time recorded. So that'll do it for qualifying, and it's time. Let's take a look at our starting grid on the pole position. Row number 1, the number 28 with a lap time of 38.036 seconds. From Velocity Motorsports, it's Corey Bigley. Outside front row, see how tight that was. The number 56 of Josh Ingram missed it by 0.081 of a second. Row number 2 from Bradford Aero Works, the number 15, the point leader, it's Vincent Short. To his right elbow, it'll be the number 99 of Derek Runge. Row number 3, Colt Ansley, also from Bradford Aero Works, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. Row 4 will be Mark Truxell and Keenan Kimber. The last row, row 5, Dominic Bettini and Frank Griffin. Your starting grid here from Michigan International Speedway. Again, the race details. Let's talk about that real quick. 60 laps the distance here tonight. It'll be 87 laps on Sunday evening. A full fuel load on board. Unlimited tires over the wall. I believe no faster pairs. I wasn't able to check that. And 3 attempts at a green-white checker. That's also pretty typical with this particular series. Track temperature 80 degrees. It's kind of in between practice and qualifying temps. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if that cloud cover makes a difference there. Air temperature 72. Humidity's dropping 35%. Still cloudy skies and a 6-mile-per-hour breeze. Field rolls off a pit lane. 1 pace lap, so next time by, we'll be racing. Again, I know we got a small field here tonight, only 10 cars to take the green flag, but I'd be willing to bet it's going to be a fun one to watch either way. What do you think, Zach? You got a pick?
Man, I got to go with old Vince Short here. I mean, I keep the momentum going. I'd like to see him get a strong finish here. I think he's going to play it smart here. I think he's going to play the long game.
Well, with that, who do I pick here? I'm going to go with the long odds here. We'll go with the 28, Corey Bigley, to take the win and the title here tonight.
Yeah, I think with only 8 cars here, or 10 cars, I think we're going to have some aggression here. I think everybody's going to want to get up front, get those bonus points. It's going to be fun.
Pace car getting ready to head down into pit lane as field works in the middle of 3 and 4. All right, pace car heads to pit lane. Barney with the green in hand, ready to go racing here from the Irish Hills of Michigan. Green flag in the air, and we are underway. Field cleanly through turns 1 and 2. Bigley takes the early lead over Vincent Short. Short swapping lanes. He had the run. He wanted to do something with it. Like you said, Zach, aggressive right on the box, side by side into 3. They make contact. Bigley up the racetrack.
That was a little more aggressive than anybody wanted, but he wants those bonus points. He wants them right now.
Exactly what we expect to see out of the 15 of Vincent Short. He wants the lead. He's got it at the line, the 15. Lap number 1 led. Short out in front, the battle on for the second spot. Bigley to the outside of Derek Runge, has to close the door on the 56 of Josh Ingram. Down the back straightaway they go. Short steps out of line to break the draft a bit, but that may not matter. Close quarters. Bigley's got the run now. He's going to go back to the inside. Ingram in the fence in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's not going to help.
And the caution is out. Bobby Hamilton Jr. and others involved in this. The 49 of Dominic Bettini involved. And the 54 of Frank Griffin caught up in this as well. Well, I guess we're going to find out if there's a faster pair available. Bobby's into pit lane here. A significant nose damage to the 25. Frank Griffin, kind of the same. Dominic Bettini also pretty heavily damaged. So that's 30% of our field on lap 2 already in trouble. We saw Ingram get the wall, kind of ride the wall a bit. I wonder if that has something to do with it. We're going to get a look at it here in a moment.
Not seen any faster pair.
No, it doesn't look like it. Bettini stays out. So let's take a look. So Ingram caught the wall up ahead. The 65 of Kimber lost connection a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Bobby just kind of checked up and went low to get away from the 56, and unfortunately there was somebody there.
Better look at it here. Ingram's in the wall, and he's trying to pull it hard left to come down. Bobby has to take action. And it looked like initial contact was a bit of netcode between Bobby and Griffith.
Boy, good hit for Bobby there.
Chain reaction after that.
That's the thing about hitting the wall on these things, Steve. It just, like, once you make contact, even just the slightest of contact, it just sucks you right in. You're, like, stuck to it.
I mean, it's not as bad as the old ARCA car was, where you catch the wall. That thing was so hung out in the right rear, it just kind of angled you into the fence. Once you were there, it was almost impossible to get off of it. What did Jeff Napier call it back in the day? The wall magnet?
Wall magnet, yeah. Yeah, he's right. Right on the money.
So everybody taking the opportunity to come down and pit. Small field, I guess you might as well. In worst case, you're going to restart 10th no matter what you do.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking about making the point early here, Steve, that with this amount of cars on track, the simplest of mistakes will cost you just so heavy. I don't know. It's the type of field that you're probably not going to get a lot of cautions, and I know we just had one, but those guys are going to have to fix quite a bit of damage, and they're going to be praying for another caution or two.
Well, Bettini, Hamilton, and Griffith, 8th, 9th, and 10th, still sit in the pit lane here with plenty of damage to be repaired. Now, earlier on, Zach, I know we talked about your inexperience in the ARCA car, which it's kind of weird for me to say about much of anything that you do in iRacing, but you really haven't raced this as much. But let's go back a bit. Let's go to the Gen 6 car. Obviously, a lot more power, but a relatively similar body style. How would you approach this race in the Gen 6 as far as taking care of it and making sure it's there at the end?
Well, first and foremost, hashtag best car on iRacing, the old Gen 6 with the great H pattern. But it's, I don't know, in that car you got so much speed, you're carrying so much speed into the corners. Just trying to concentrate on backing up your corners, saving that right front. That car's a lot of fun because you can really put the power down. You can drift out of the corner if you want. So it's saving the right front, saving the right rear. It's, in a field like this, I mean, somebody not saving their tires, I mean, that could be a huge difference. There's not a lot of cars on track here. You could pit anytime you want. Track position is just not going to be that important tonight. It's weird.
Dominic Bettini back on the racetrack still with the good portion of the nose missing. It's almost looking like a modified at this point. Bobby Jr. back on the racetrack. Griffiths, though, still in pit lane. Bobby managed to get out there with still only one lap down, so if we do catch another caution, he's still got an opportunity to be a part of this. One thing to note, too, Corey Bigley, Derek Runge did not come to the pit lane this time, making an opportunity here to see if the fresh tires that Vincent Short bolted on make that much of a difference. You know he's going to be fast. Started third. It's where he's going to restart here. Pace car is going to come to pit lane.
Ready, green flag.
Short with a good restart all over the back bumper of Bigley. Slides up a bit, though, almost door-to-door with the 99 of Runge. Bigley and Runge, 1-2. Short stays in the third spot. Keenan Kimber in fourth. Keep an eye on the 65 machine of Keenan Kimber. We've seen him already in the first handful of laps lose connection, which means he disappears from view. It's not just for us here in the broadcast booth as Runge jumps out of line looking for the lead.
I think you're going to see this high line prevail off the exits here. Huge run.
Bigley back to the point. Now a side-by-side battle for the second spot with Short on the inside. Short will slide job up. Will there be contact? Runge has a bit of a run here on a turn 4. Will he take the spot back? No, he's going to get a block there. Short switches down the low side of the track, trying to take the lead away from Bigley. Big run from the 99. He squeezes it to the outside.
Beautiful move there.
3 wide for the lead in turns 1 and 2. We're not even at lap 10, and they're banging doors in the middle.
Careful, boys.
Sliding off of turn number 2, and they hang on to it. No, Vincent short of the hole.
Hey, man, your mic sounds like it's a little far away from your mouth again. Just double
That's a
check that for me,
big
please.
hit for that 15 car, Steve.
Mark Truxell involved in this as well. He is heavily damaged. Well, Bobby's back on the lead lap.
Yeah, this is just getting more interesting here, Steve. We're gonna have a pretty small field. Oh, look at the damage on that 15.
Point leader tore up pretty bad here in lap 9. You know, as close as they were in the middle of turn 2 there, I figured they'd be fine, but make contact down the backstretch.
That exit we were talking about in qualifying, Steve. You just get down low, it just shoots you right up that track.
Oh, I think I see what precipitated this. It looks like Truxell got to the outside with a big run. Watch the 5 car. He'll jump to the outside of Bigley, surprises him.
Beautiful move, really.
And I think Bigley was just trying to give the 5 some space, and it kind of right rears the 15.
Yeah, possibly just a simple misjudge of car space there, and just barely caught that 15's right quarter.
I'm dating myself
Look
here,
at the
but
air.
let's watch this again here just a moment ago, and I want everybody to watch this. And if you're old enough to remember, oh, wrong button. I'll be all right. Let's try this again. If you're old enough to remember the 1997 Daytona 500 exit at turn 2 down the backstretch, where Dale Earnhardt ended up on his lid. Pretend the 5 is Jeff Gordon. I don't know.
Identical.
It just gets in my head.
Right until about here where 15 doesn't go upside down.
Yeah.
Because he would go up and over upside down on Truxell's car,
Yeah.
and it would be insanely identical.
And where's the hood flying into the stands?
Yeah, I can't forget that.
All right. We'll stop talking like old guys, I guess. I know Bobby remembers it. I think was Bobby even old enough to be in that race, or maybe it was his dad at that point.
I think it was his dad in the Kodak machine, right?
97, it might have been. Oh, 90.
I think it was.
Now I gotta look it up.
So old.
No, I think Sterling was still driving the 4. Just got a message offline asking me how I remember this stuff. Well, it's all I've done every Sunday since in utero. So you just remember stuff. Not all of it. Obviously, it involved Earnhardt, and I kind of grew up a Dale fan, so that's kind of how that stuck in my brain, watching him lose another 500.
Gonna say it was just it was unbelievable year after year on how close he was and how many races he truly pretty much won, but just didn't get that last lap.
I always think back to the one in 1990 with Derek Cope. Cope ended up winning it, but Dale had the lead at the white flag, led it all the way down the backstretch, cut a tire into turn 3, and that's all she wrote.
So I watched replays of that one, but at the time I was 1.
Oh, thanks. I was 7. Lights are off on the pace car, getting ready for the restart. Brent Griffith still in pit lanes. I'd say his day's probably done. He may get back out there just for showman's sake, but Mark Truxell still in pit lane as well, and heavily damaged on the front of that 5. Momentum from Bristol quickly gone. A&J Landon Demo says Bobby Hamilton Jr. is old. He's like 172.
That's pretty accurate.
Wow.
That's crazy. It's crazy to think.
I think he's only 47, to be honest, but
Boy, look at this field, Steve.
a lot of glare.
Lots of glare.
I'm wondering if the drivers are seeing that the same way we are, but the sun is just reflecting right off the racetrack and the hoods of these race cars.
Thank you, HDR.
So front row for the restart will be Josh Ingram and Dominic Bettini. No, I'm sorry, Derek Runge. Bettini in the 49 in that third row with the nose still missing. But Bettini still on the lead lap, even with that damage. I wonder, Zach, can he really hang there in the draft? Is that damage really going to work?
There's no way. I mean, I wish. I think it'd be great. Same with Vince, you know, but I think we're going to watch it here right in the straight line. I think they're going to fall off.
Green.
Good flag back in the air. Ingram up to power.
You see it already.
As we were talking before, Keenan Kimber in the 65 with a connection issue. Saw him blink there at start-finish again. That's going to be most common on the front stretch here because that big grandstand uses a lot of computer power to process all that. Oh, one car in the wall. Ansley hammers the outside wall and exit a turn 2. Gets to the bottom of the racetrack. Nobody hits him. Bobby Jr. avoids without issue.
You know, Bobby's car doesn't look half bad after that first wreck.
Well, he didn't waste any time coming to pit lane. He just came straight to the pits after the wreck, got it fixed, got the lap back with the next caution, and here he is, shown in the 8th spot.
You know, I think he came straight to pit lane like as soon as the caution came out. Might even have taken a penalty for it. But, I mean, again, there's only 10 cars.
Want to look back here. Actually, Bobby's still listed as a lap down, so I don't know if he came down for more repairs and didn't take the wave around, kind of gambling for another caution, but either way, he looks stout. We're not talking about his stature either. Battle for the race lead. Runge has it off of turn 4. Keenan Kimber now challenging. Bobby's quick. He's got power under the hood of that number 25. He's a lap down still, but he's going to try and take it back the hard way. Problem is, once he gets out in front, he doesn't have anybody to draft with to get his way back around. He's still going to need that caution to get caught up.
Yeah, and at a track like this, it's not like you're going to go all the way around, you know, be back in contention. Under green flag, anyway.
The small field almost reminds me of an IROC race back in the day.
Yeah, it does have that feel to it, doesn't it?
Only 10, 12, maybe 16 cars. I don't even know how much they really started in the IROC series in those days.
That was tight.
Oh, more
no,
contact.
we're not done.
Got to be careful. Bobby's not on the lead lap, Colt. Take it easy. Derek Runge continues to lead. A&J Landon Demo in the chat again says, yeah, Bobby isn't but 4'8". For the record, I didn't say that. I'm just reading it.
Yeah, Bobby wants that lap back.
I think he's just out there seeing what he can do at this point. I mean, it's kind of a test for these guys. I know they run an open setup race on Sunday night, same place, I think same conditions, longer race, but even though we are in a fixed setup here, it's still seat time. Gives you an idea at least what the car can do in the draft, things like that, and he's made it work. He's got the lap back. Colt Ansley now looking to the bottom of the racetrack. He wants the lead from Runge. And for the record, he's not 4'8". I think he's like 5'5".
A little bit better anyway, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm only 5'10", so I don't have much to say. But.
Yeah, 4'10" and under, I think you qualify for grants. Derek Runge continues to lead. This actually might be a saving grace here for the 99 because he's got Bobby in front of him. He can kind of use the 25's weight, kind of use that as a draft to keep him ahead of anybody else that wants to challenge for the lead. It really could work out better for him.
He could be up there saving gas and everything. It actually might work out, like you said.
So 8 cars on a lead lap right now. Bobby Hamilton Jr. leads the pack, but shown in the 8th position. Last car on the lead lap. A&J Landon Demo. I think that's actually Will Jones in the chat. He says he's 5'4", him and David both. David Bradford they're talking about. David not here tonight, unfortunately. I think we'll see him back in action Sunday in the Open Series. On board with Derek Runge from the lead. Got the wall just a bit, broke his momentum. It's going to open up an opportunity for Corey Bigley in the 28. Meanwhile, Colt Ansley has taken over the race lead. Now we look back at the battle for second.
You can definitely see what kind of like momentum that breaks. I mean, just the slightest touch of that wall just almost like stops you and throws a parachute out. It's incredible.
When you think about it, it's like grip tape on a skateboard, except you're scraping the sheet metal on the safer barrier. It's going to slow you down. Mark Truxell back onto the Speedway. Kind of the same thing for the 5 here. He's 11 laps down, so his opportunity for a win or even a solid finish at this point kind of out the window. He can pick up some points with a smaller field. He's guaranteed a minimum of a 10th place finish. Track time makes a difference. Get some time behind the wheel at the same racetrack you're going to race here in a few more days.
Yeah, you know, and if he goes out there and runs as many laps as he can get, and I don't know, say the damage to Vince's car goes terminal and he blows up, he could get that P3 in the championship still.
Ansley able to clear the 25 of Bobby Jr., puts Bobby back a lap down. Now the battle for the lead again. Derek Runge in the middle of a 3-wide fight. Corey Bigley on the bottom. Here we go again, this time off of turn number 4. They settle it out and get 2x2. Colt maintains the race lead, but close quarters battle here with Runge and Bigley. Ansley now with probably the biggest lead we've seen all day, especially with the buffer of the 25 in between himself and the rest of the field. But gaining quick with that draft. Checking back on Vincent Short. Plenty of cooling available to the 15 right now.
Yeah, that baby's not ever going to run hot tonight.
Unfortunately for Vince, though, not very aerodynamic. You'd almost got to think that him and Frank could switch spots here. They'd pick up the pace probably by 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Really wouldn't be a spot for Short either, as Frank's 14 laps down. Good to see him get back out there as well. We still have every car took the green flag initially still on the racetrack, albeit a little bit worse for wear than they started.
I was going to say, Bettini was about to go a lap down there. They were catching him pretty quickly, but it looks like he went down pit lane here. Maybe that damage has gotten worse for him.
He's throwing some tires on it, so he should be back out there in a moment. But just looking at lap times here, Vincent Short crossed the stripe of 40.74. The race leader, Colt Ansley, at 38.68. So we're over 2 seconds faster than these two as they run. I don't know. I'd be willing to bet if they swap spots, they could at least be a little bit closer to that.
Yeah, anything would help at this point. because they are coming, Steve.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is it's going to put them back in this draft once the leaders get through. Of course, they got to tiptoe through them without causing an issue because the 2-second delta doesn't sound like much, but it's a pretty quick closing rate.
You know something here too, Steve, is with those lap cars coming so quickly, if I was the 25 car, I'd be really cautious, because if a caution does come out, that little bump draft right there we just saw, that'd be a 0x. That'd be enough to not give him the lucky dog.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Cole Ansley's still in the lead here, but Derek Runge charging now up along the inside through the D of this oval. Now, I want to make a note here. Cole Ansley typically in the broadcast booth, at least for the fixed series. Not up in the booth tonight as we're covering it here with Track Limits with myself and Zach Millett. So Colt says, you know what, I'm going to be involved one way or another. I'm going to hop in the race car tonight. Again, might as well. I certainly appreciate it. Again, adding another car to the field here with only 10 cars being out there this evening. The more the merrier. But I will say, Zach, I mean, this track is kind of lends itself to even a smaller field because they're so packed up. The draft being what it is, it's kind of kept these guys all together.
Yeah, it's incredible to watch really this few cars be this tight. It's still really fun to watch.
So Griffith has bailed out off the back bumper of Vincent Short. I don't know if that was just to get away from the leaders and let them through, or if he's got a different problem. But now Vince is going to be right in the hornet's nest here.
Yeah, they both pit, I think, because it's showing Vince already lapped down and now going down 2 laps. So 2 laps is pretty hard to come back from.
Just about halfway here from Michigan Speedway, lap 30. Cole Ansley with the lead. Runge with a run out of 2. Gets alongside the 86. Jumps off the door. Swings it back up the racetrack to get a better arc into 3.
Beautiful side draft.
And the 99 takes the top spot here just as we come to halfway. So half distance here at Michigan Speedway. We're going to break away for a side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop-lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Michigan Speedway, 25 laps to go. Derek Runge continues to lead over Corey Bigley, Keenan Kimber, Colt Ansley. That is your top four, your lead lap cars. Bobby Jr. now up to the 5th spot, but still the first car 1 lap down. Battle for the lead. Bigley to the bottom of the racetrack. Nose is ahead of Runge. Has to chase it up the track. I don't know if he lifted or not. A couple of cars scraped the wall off in turn number 2, but Runge is going to have the run down the backstretch.
Tires starting to show their age, Steve. It's going to be interesting. I think we have a lot of chaos here yet to come with pit stops.
We talked about it before the race, too, about how tires really make the difference with this race car. It doesn't really have the power that we like to see, but the tires do matter. One note I want to make here is, as far as the points are concerned, this for the top 4 drivers. You get 5 points for a lap led, 1 point for leading the most laps, and pole position also got a point for that. I have to have somebody fill us in on the official champion post-race, but we'll get that figured out hopefully for you.
It is funny, though, Steve, how the cream always rises to the top, looking at your P1 and P2 at the moment.
100%. Now, admittedly, we talked to Corey Bigley last week after Bristol. I think he's actually the one that picked up the win in Bristol. But short track racing's kind of his bread and butter, so to see him doing so well here at Michigan, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a surprise. He's a talented driver, but not really his cup of tea.
He definitely put in some practice because he's running pretty darn good tonight.
Got to give a call to Keenan Kimber, though. He's having a solid run there in his 2nd spot. Started back in 8th. With 22 to go, he's up in contention. Dominic Bettini, more repairs made to that machine. Finally got a front end back on that thing.
It'll definitely help. I don't know if it looks as good as the rear of that 49 car, though. That's pretty hard to beat.
I gotta look. Is that Junior?
Wait for it. You know, that thing just lights right up. If that's not the intimidation factor, I don't know what is, dude.
Nineteen laps to go. Derek Runge still out in front. Kimber pressing on the bottom side of the racetrack. Slips it up. Can't keep it to the bottom. It doesn't want to stick. I think, Zach, you're right. Tires starting to come into play here.
I think this is where, if you're Bobby, you really got to be careful here. I think you really want to avoid that 0x contact. Get your lucky dog and get back in the fight.
Look how advantageous it is for Derek Runge to get out in front there with those guys behind him 3 wide. Put 3-4 tenths on everybody as they battle.
This is always my favorite part of the race, Steve, when you see the tires really affecting these guys. This is where you can really tell who saved their stuff and who went a little too hard.
$18 laps to go. We've got another question on the outside here. Zach, would you like to explain your cream rises to the top comment? I mean,
Yes,
I get
yes.
it.
Yeah, it's just the drivers who are performing well all season. They just always seem to perform when it matters most. When it's the most important to have a good run, you always find those guys at the top.
There you have it. I think Derek might have found something here as far as the draft is concerned. He gets off of turn number 2 and he snakes it down to the inside of the racetrack, much like they do at tracks like Indianapolis or even Pocono. Really trying to break the draft from the trailing driver. Right now he does have Bettini behind him, but Dominic's in the 8th spot, 8 laps down. He's not in this for competition right now. He's just turning laps. Cloud cover getting a little heavier here at the Speedway, much darker than it once was.
I think Bettini might actually have a little newer tires too. I think he came in there towards the middle of this run.
Yeah, Bettini pit on lap 23. That was when he had all those repairs made. It was a 4-minute stop. Now Cole Ansley's going to come to pit lane, or leave the pit lane for that matter. So
It's a
Ansley
long
has
pit
lost a
road
lap.
exit here.
Now here's the question. Can Runge, Bigley, and Kimber make it to the finish without a stop? They made their pit stops at lap 9. I don't know what the fuel window was, but they did start with full tanks, 100% load on board.
I mean, heck, if there's a chance, you almost got to go for it, right?
15 to go. I guess it depends on how close you are, but Bobby's going to pit now, too. Now, his last stop, I wasn't able to catch it in time. Actually, I can catch it this way. Hang on. Bobby Jr., he went 6 laps. But he also had that early stop after the wreck.
Right.
So Runge and Bigley, 37 laps to this point. And here they come. Yep, here we go.
Let's get hard to get him mowed down in time.
Oh, yeah. So Derek Runge from the lead will pit along with Corey Bigley. Kimber stays out. They were all on the same pit strategy, so to speak, so I don't know if Kimber just didn't get the message or if he's just getting that much better fuel mileage. He has been in the draft a little more than the 99 has.
Looks like everybody did a pretty good job getting the pit road. I don't see any black flags.
Runge down and away, 14.65 the stop. Keenan Kimber now stays out again with 12 laps to go. 37 seconds the advantage for the 65. Runge is able to get his pit stop completed before losing a lap, but will he be up to speed in time? I think he will be. He's already 3/4 the way down the backstretch. Kimber's trying hard. He had traffic. This could be tough. He might be a little too fast on entry.
Boy, he looked like he was cooking, didn't he?
He had some problems getting down the low side of the track with the 86 of Ansley on the bottom. Keenan really couldn't get down there to get set up for the pit stop, so let's see if he gets dinged. Might have got her woed down.
That was a good job by Truxell to get him at least a lane there to work with.
Truxell's always good with stuff like that. He's a very clean driver, very aware of his surroundings in most situations. That's why he's been successful. He's not going to beat you with lap time, but he will beat you by being there and putting himself in position. Kimber gets it done. Must have got her rode down. Runge will retake the lead, though.
Yeah, look at that. He's coming by at speed already. That's what those new tires will do.
38.44 the last lap for Derek Runge. So he's breaking the draft again. Now, Colt Ansley shown in the second spot. He's only 1.1 back. He's going to need to chip away a little more than that. He's going to need to sniff the draft with the 99 to get up there and do anything with him at this point. And he really doesn't have anybody around him to do that with him. Bettini's there, but I don't know if he's even close enough to reel him in either.
Yeah, I think it's just going to come down to pure lap time now. You see Kimber going down to the bottom there, trying to break the draft.
Now that was the 49 of Bettini. Kimber's back here ahead of the 28 of Bigley.
Just got a jumble of cars here.
Speaking of lap time, though, Zach, the last lap for Ansley, a 10th and a half quicker than Derek Runge. Lap traffic in the mix. Vincent Short, Frank Griffith. Short drops it down, lets the leader go through, though. I don't know if he just didn't see the 99 coming because he had the 54 there as well, but Runge gets through the two lap cars and gains some more ground on second place, so it's 1.5 back to Colt with 8 laps to go. Sun popping back out. No contact. Vincent Short dumps the 86 of Ansley.
Uh-oh.
That's going to change up things just a bit, will it?
That is not what Runge wanted to see.
Well, that changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, big time. This changed everything.
So Ansley on top in the 86, and then you got the two lap cars down low. And Vince is just drifting up here and clips Colt.
Yeah, you almost got to see an in-car camera there or something, Steve. I mean, he had enough damage to where I guess there's a possibility of something maybe breaking.
Well, then you got to keep in mind, too, the nose is missing off that thing, so it's probably a little light in the front end. And you don't know if the 86 coming around the outside took some more air off that car and it started to push up the racetrack. It's hard to say, but let's see if we can get a look at this here. I'm going to try and back it up, and like you said, let's get an in-car here. It says onboard roof cam. Well, let's see what he sees. Yeah, he's got a lot of wheel into it.
A lot of wheel into it. I mean, it almost looks like a right. You see him cranking more, too.
But the other option there is just lift.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to unload the rear end and kind of plant the front end of the car a bit. Obviously, in that situation, when you got that much wheel into it, you lift and plant the front. You might go around too, but...
Last thing you want to do is affect any lead lap cars. Because you can see the lane he's in right here. See that seam on the right side of the car.
Yep. So pit stop's underway. And I think this puts Bobby back on the lead lap.
I was wondering.
With less than 6 to go.
And we've seen how fast Bobby is on the short run.
So say Bobby's going to pit now.
He's going to have, what, 5 cars ahead of him. Yeah, that car looks pretty much new, Steve.
I mean, you know, they're never perfect. Even when you burn a faster pair, they're not as good as they once were. But if anybody can make up the difference for it, it's the driver, that number 25. He's going to have to hustle. So we'll get the restart with 4 laps to go. Front row is going to be Derek Runge and Keenan Kimber. Watch the 65, though. Just got to be careful here. Kimber has had some connection issues, especially on restarts. Corey Bigley in the 28 will restart third. Then it's Josh Ingram in the 56. Bobby Jr. will restart fifth. Colt Ansley sixth. Looks like Colt has stayed on the lead lap. See how badly damaged his car is. Man, got both fenders.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun 4 laps.
Well, here we go. We're going to settle it now, or are we going to have some more chaos?
I don't know. We might have some more. One way to find out.
Pace car heads to pit lane.
Green flag.
And there it is. Green flag back in the air. 4 laps to go for Michigan to settle it. Bobby Jr. already out of line, trying to find a way. Had a good restart. Runge is going to lead him down into turns 1 and 2. Kimber second. Bigley third. And Kimber making a move to the inside, down into turn number 3. This for the race lead. Big time run down through 3 and 4, though. Runge powers back around the outside. Couple of car lengths the advantage now, back to second. Bigley now is going to try and take the spot away from Kimber. 3 laps to go.
Bigley's still in this championship hunt here. He's going to want to get every point he can get.
Draft working well down the back straightaway. Bigley just drives it in a little late down into turn number 3. Top 5 under a blanket down into turn number 1. Runge continues to lead. Corey Bigley and then Kimber and Ingram side by side out of turn number 2. Ingram in the 56. They bang doors off the corner. They keep it straight down the backstretch.
See if we can do this one more time.
Coming to the white flag. Final lap here from Michigan Speedway. for the race lead, down into turn 1. Bigley on the bottom, left side's below the yellow line, slides up the racetrack in front of Ingram, can't get it done for the lead, and now Ingram with a run with Bobby Hamilton Jr. pushing the back bumper in. Runge still with the lead, 56 of Ingram, got to find a way. Off of turn 4 for the final time, the final race of the season. Coming to the stripe, the 99 of Derek Runge from 4th will win it. Second place, Josh Ingram. Bobby Hamilton Jr. somehow battles back and finishes 3rd. Well, I'll tell you this, I'm really looking forward to the open race on Sunday/Tuesday.
Yeah, that should be a good one. So Derek Runge came into this race tonight 1 point out of the race lead. I don't have confirmation, but it seems that he would have locked the championship up with this race win. And by the level of celebration, very well might be the case. Runge parks it in Mobile One victory lane. Well, that'll do it here from Michigan Speedway. We're going to step aside, get our break out of the way here again, and we'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop-lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens, UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Michigan Speedway for the final race of the season here, the PSRA Fixed ARCA Series. Derek Runge picking up the race win, his 5th of the season, along with a title. Pull the driver, the number 99, up broadcast booth here and get a word with our race winner and new champion, Derek. It's Steve with Track Limits, along with Zach Millett. You got a copy? Derek, you got us? I feel like we've had this problem with Derek once before. Derek, it's Steve and Zach in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, you hear me?
Hey, there we go. Derek, how are you, buddy?
I am good, sir. I apologize. I had it mapped, but it didn't like that button, apparently.
All good. Congratulations, first and foremost. 5th win of the season, and it comes at an opportune time. A relatively dominant performance here tonight at Michigan Speedway. You're picking up the win and the championship. Walk us through your night. 4th place starting position. What was the key to success here tonight?
Well, didn't do very well in the queue. It was pretty slow, so I had to kind of just put my mindset as I needed to save some tires at the start there and kind of just work my way and not overdrive the car too much. Early on, we had some issues right at the beginning with a couple guys, and then some more issues with the championship guys, and it left it with me and Corey there. And I knew if I just ran my race, ran my line that I wanted to run, and just kind of worked the draft the best I could, that I was going to be able to save tire over the run. And towards the end of the run was actually starting to pull away a bit, but sadly I had to pit for some fuel there and thought I had it all clear sail. Had a good pit stop, good entry exit, and next thing I know there's a yellow and put it in high nerves, but managed to hold them off.
Well, you did just that, hold them off all the way to the checkered flag, kind of capping off this night, capping off this season with a championship. I know we got to worry about the Open Series on Sunday, but for now, it's tonight. It's the Fixed Series. You're the champion. How do you take all this in? How do you describe it?
I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, it's been a long season, a lot of ups and downs. Kind of almost dropped out of running this series there for a while and was just kind of mainly running the Open set, and kind of just picked it back up and had my team around me trying to push me to keep running, and then just kind of started clicking off some wins again here at the end. And honestly, just looking forward to the next season and then the next season for Open. Last Sunday didn't go as quite as planned for me, so I didn't make the championship for in that, but hoping to put a strong running in for Sunday here, and yeah, just get ready for the next season.
So no championship on the line for you this coming Sunday in the Open Series, but same racetrack, same race car. The difference, of course, being the fact you get to modify the setups a bit, make adjustments throughout the course of the race. How do you approach that race differently than you do here tonight?
There's a lot of strong guys that run that series. I know with David and Bobby and all of them, they always bring some really good equipment. It's just going to take me putting my head down to the grindstone here still this week and finishing out and figuring out the setup for that, and then just kind of do the same mentality, just trying to not burn it off. The fixed setup, it generally wears tight, so with the Open set, you know, we can kind of loosen them up a bit and get them rotating and actually get some speed out of the car. So it's just going to be a balance of trying to not make it too loose over the run and then keep the tires on it, but then keep a fast pace and hopefully see maybe potential new teammate next year get a championship.
All right, Derek. Well, congratulations again, picking up the win here tonight, 5th of the season and the championship. Who do you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Just everybody at the ProSim, just all the guys that showed up that have been here all season. I know we've had a lot of coming in and out, and then everybody at West Lenore, Keenan, Rodney, Dominic. Them guys have been on my back the whole way and just been my good support system. So then just you guys doing the broadcast, it's really nice having one this week for the fixed side. So I really appreciate you guys coming out and doing that, and then continuing all you guys do on Sunday for us.
Well, we're happy to do it, Derek. Thanks for the kind words, man. Congrats again, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, sir.
It's Derek Runge, your race winner and champion of the ProSim Fixed ARCA Series. That may actually do it for our interview portion of the broadcast. Is Derek really the only one to pop up here into the booth? So we'll wrap things up here. We'll take a look at our race results. Of course, we talked to Derek Runge, your race winner and eventual champion. Josh Ingram came home in the second spot. Bobby Hamilton Jr. didn't quit. We've seen it happen in the past where he'll get into a wreck and say, you know, I'm out of it. My chances are out the window. But he stuck with it, got that car fixed, got back on the lead lap with a late caution, drove it back up to finish third. A job well done by the number 25. Corey Bigley came home in fourth. Keenan Kimber was fifth. Cole Ansley in a one-off finishes in the sixth spot. Vincent Short, point leader coming in. Looks like he may walk out of here in fourth in those standings tonight. He finishes seventh. Dominic Bettini was eighth. Mark Truxell finishes in the ninth spot. And last but not least, it was the 54 of Frank Griffith. That'll wrap it up for us here at Michigan Speedway. Zach, thank you as always for coming in here last minute. It was kind of last minute for all of us here. Vincent Short reached out to us earlier in the day to see if we could cover this for them. And knowing that you may or may not have something to do, I figured I'd give you a call.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, man. It's always fun to come over here and broadcast these races. It was a lot of fun.
A little bit of an update on Zach Millett up in the broadcast booth. He's going to be a part-time partner with us here at Track Limits next season in the PSRA Open ARCA Series on Sundays. And countering Zach when he's not available due to work or other iRacing obligations, we'll have Chris Goins, also a familiar name to many of you, will be up in the broadcast booth. So back to a two-man booth here in the ProSim Racing Alliance, formerly known as SCAR. Back in the day, we tried to get Eric Dotson to come up, but I guess he's super retired, so I guess it's not happening. With that said, congratulations again, Derek Runge, picking up the win and the championship here from Michigan Speedway. For Zach Millett, I'm Steve Singer. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.